Today is a very special episode and very special guest. I met Janine not so long ago, in fact, just a few months ago. And she's a lady who helped me visualize and create Beyond the Mirror social project. I felt that there is something special and very powerful about her, and we clicked together very fast. Not only because we're both from Ukraine, I think there is definitely something much deeper here. And I believe that Janine's story is definitely beyond the mirror, because what you're about to hear, we can all learn and be empowered by her. So Janine Genialnaya, that is her surname, and it's translated into English as genius. And I think there is a definitely valid reason for that. So Janine, welcome. It's an absolute pleasure to have you today. Can you please tell us about yourself?
Thank you so much. It's so good intro for me. So nice. Thank you for your nice, kind words for me. I'm a bit nervous because it's my first podcast in English, and I'm really grateful you because you invited me. And first of all, I want to say thank you because it's really important to have somebody who see something beyond your story, not just Ukrainian who moved out, but something bigger for this.
Absolutely. I think your story, when I heard about your story, I felt that what you've done, it's so admiring and inspiring. And I just think a lot of people can learn from that.
I also learned a lot from this period. Thank you for inviting. So what about me? I don't want to talk a lot. I just say that I moved because of the war from Ukraine. And now I settled in England, and I work as a coach, as a professional coach, life coach in business. And now I focus on the personal brand because I believe everybody deserves to be not only famous or rich, but really deserve life in a better way.
And you're very good at your job. I would say, I think I mentioned this before we started, that you changed my perception, how I see your line of work, because before I felt that that is something very superficial, and a lot of people go into this industry just simply because they don't know what to do, or they want just to take your money, but you're really not having the benefits, because I have seen so many people doing it on Instagram, and some of them look really silly. At least it was my opinion, so I don't want to offend anyone, but I think you really help people to see the best in themselves. But anyway, that is not about your job today. It's all more about you. So we know you moved to the UK because of war, but moving to any country is a great challenge. I know that because I moved myself 14 years ago, and it's not an easy step. But moving in the circumstances where you're forced, and I know that you have moved around 15 times within a space of a year with your daughter before you settle down in England. I think that is something else. So could you please tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, thank you for your question. So yes, you're right. I was forced to move, but I always was focusing on great side of these stories. You can be impressed, and our people who will be watching this podcast, they will think focusing on good side. Yes, because I always wanted to notice something good what was happening. First of all, my daughter, she didn't hear any sounds of sirens or bombing, so her mental health still in good condition, and I'm happy for this. Second, I was trying to see how people willing to help us, especially totally from different countries, and they didn't know anything about us. And they wanted to help even more than our relatives or neighbors, especially people from Poland. I remember how we just moved to the border, and the policemen, they were holding big duvets and covering us, and it was so touching. And I'm happy that I tried to focus on these things because it helped me actually to survive and don't feel down all this time. Second, I was always remembering that I actually did have a choice. Because I've heard somebody said, we don't have a choice. We should or we must move. But I remember that I took this decision for myself, for my daughter, for my family, and this helped me to stay grounded. I didn't feel like I'm a victim.
You took a situation under control rather than let the situation controlling you.
Yes, you're right.
That is very impressive. That is impressive, but also I think, I don't know, I'm a mom myself, and I know that I haven't been in Ukraine at the time, but I'm Ukrainian. I grew up there. I lived there for 25 years. So the morning when we woke up on the 24th of February, that was a nightmare. I couldn't stop crying. And then many times I put myself in a situation, what if I would be still in Ukraine and I have had 3 children? And I would want to think I probably would do exactly the same as you did, because as a mother, our first of all role is to protect the child,
yes,
because our full responsibility is to the child.
Nobody will take care about your child as you can do this.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, that's why I decided, and it was so funny. What helped me to stay safe and don't feel freak out. That first day I started work as a volunteer and help other people who were in worse situation than me, and who already was under bombing. And this also helped me don't feel myself like, oh, poor me, I'm struggling.
Yeah.
You always feel yourself more strong, and this always helps. And third one, what I want to underline, the advice, maybe it will help other people as well. Don't settle until you're satisfied. That's why I moved almost 17 times from place to place, because when I didn't feel like I could live here or I could have a nice life, I started to find new ways.
I think that is extremely valid piece of advice, because that is something that you would apply not only in the situation like that is what you would apply maybe in your life. You know, don't settle with the jobs that you're unsatisfied. Yes. Don't settle with the house, with the person. I think it's important to strive to get what you feel you're worth or you deserve.
Yes, you're right. Exactly.
That's very powerful. That's inspirational, in fact. And Janine, I know that you managed to have your own house now in the UK. You work, your daughter is at school, and you're a single parent. How do you do that?
I don't know. I think I just enjoy what I'm doing because I really like my job. I love it. And I think it's not just a job, it's my huge part of my life. Also, I like to be a mother, to spend time with my daughter. She's amazing. And first month was really tough, because especially when I didn't have my own space, because I love my own space. I like my routine, day routines. I like my time when I can spend by my own. So it was really hard, 10 months. But when we moved to our house, and I remember how I sat on the first floor on the couch, and I was just silent 1 hour, like this, because like, finally. So I was happy taking a new stage when I trying to turn back my previous life, and I was celebrating each step like something big. Oh wow, I bought cup for me and for my daughter. It's our cups. Or finally I found a place where I can go for the dancing because I like to dance. Or finally I have a house now. So every step I was celebrating as a big
as a big achievement.
Yes, you're right. Thank you.
I think that is a very good positive attitude, and it's a mindset. I think a lot to do with the mindset, because in situation like you have been, we know a lot of people would put their hands down and said, "Someone help me, please," when you took a lot of under your control. But did actually someone help you to be where you are today? Do you have anyone who did support or help?
I really appreciate it for those people who helped me to move here, because Ukrainians can move to UK only because of the somebody could help. It was a one-man sponsor who helped us with documents to make a visa, and we lived in his house 6 months. And I really appreciate it, because it's really hard, you know. I was thinking, could I invite somebody to my house? I don't know. It's really also not easy decision.
No, I think probably easier help to
With
give
money,
some money, get on with their life, but welcoming someone in your space, it's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough.
and that's why I will be always appreciate for those person. And I also met a lot of nice people, because all these 10 months while I was traveling, I lived in families for 2 weeks or 1 week, something like this. And yes, it wasn't easy for us. It wasn't easy for them. But without them, I couldn't be where I am now.
And I know you're working for yourself.
Yeah.
And you decided you're starting also a new business venture in the UK. I think that is very admiring. How many hours do you put a day on average? How do you manage? How do you plan your time?
Oh, it's a tough question. Because if I try to count, I think all my life is what I'm doing. I always thinking about this. Of course, I have my spare time where I do something what doesn't require my qualification. But you know, when you're already in this level where you're a businesswoman, you cannot live another life.
No. I think once you work for yourself, you don't want to go back
never.
to
Because
someone.
it's a freedom.
Yeah.
And also you already have this responsibility, and you don't know how to live in other way.
But maybe I will formulate a question in a different
Okay.
way. So do you have any boundaries? Like, is it your work, because you're very passionate about what you do, and your work is your life. That is what you said and what we know. But do you have any boundaries? Like, is there family time, work time?
Yes.
Or is it kind of all flows together?
Yes, you're right. Nice question. Because I noticed that I spent so much time with myself, or doing what I do with my clients, that I noticed that my daughter, she was struggling because of this. And that's why we created our time, our special time. And we created our traditions. So Sunday evening and some evenings, I don't work at all. I don't put anything. Also, Saturday is a free day for us. So we like to go together, theater or cinema. And also, she's grown up very fast. Because when we moved out, she was 9, and now she's 11.
Wow.
It's like a teenager.
Yeah.
That's why we do our treatment, put in face mask, do something which making us like more close to each other.
I think that is very important. Keep close connection with your children, not lose this bond.
And sometimes you need to catch yourself, because
Absolutely.
especially if you love what you do, you just can go with all your heart there, and then like, oh, something going wrong, and stop yourself and change, because it's easier to change now than later.
Janine, in your nature of work, have you ever had a mentor, or did you need to learn a lot of things for yourself?
Nice question. Thank you so much. We were talking about this before we were starting, right, podcast. And I didn't have one special person, because I don't like put somebody like a guru, because everybody has their own internal authority. And if you try to listen somebody, and if you believe that somebody else know better than you know, you will always need somebody to guide you. That's why I was also always learning from some people. For example, I see you good in this. I'm buying your course or sessions and improving my skills, or in other way or in other area. But I have never had special person who changed my life, or what I can say like it's a mentor.
I would say, and
especially I'm learning from you. Your English so great.
Thank you.
And when I see this, like wow, and I was asking advices, like what did you do?
Well, and I did tell you I do listen to audiobooks or podcasts in the car, because I think that is the time where I actually have for myself. I like to come together with the thoughts. But no, thank you very much for compliment. And I do think that maybe because there is truly something special about you, that is probably why you have no need for a mentor, and you just pick like different traits from different people. You see something positive in this person, you learn, and constant professional development that is, I think, make you quite unique.
Thank you. I also advise my clients, don't follow the person. Because you can trust them, you start to trust them more than yourself. So I believe everybody is like a rainbow. Everybody has their unique energy. For example, I have like orange or pink, and you think that you feel you're not enough this kind of energy. You need this to make breakthrough, or especially maybe you have a time that you need to calm down. So you go to some person who totally consists all this energy, and you take in this energy for yourself.
So that is very interesting approach, very interesting. And what do you like the most about your job?
Great question, thank you. I like to see the changes. And there is 3 different steps of these changes. First of all, when I see changes during the session, sometimes we can talk, discuss something, I ask him questions, and then I see like click, and I see from body language and something change in her mind or in his mind. And then I see person can go quiet. Because something start working in different way. And person start analyzing, my clients start analyzing something and just catching insight. So this moment of insights, it's incredible moment. Also, the second level of changes is to see how life of my client changing. For example, when she or he started from zero, didn't earn anything and didn't believe in herself or himself, and then I see how he or she changed his life, like really in crucial points, increased income or created a business, and I see this impact, and also person become like more free and confident and powerful, and I love it. I just enjoy of this way.
So do you have this long-term relation with your clients?
Yes, yes. I think it's because of deep connection.
Yeah.
Especially because you work with one of my clients, she said, you know more than anybody else about me because you know all my secrets more than my best friend, more than my husband. And it helps to create great changes because when client trusts you, they can be more open, and also it creates long-term relationship, which actually helps to improve. I don't need a lot of information. Sometimes my client, she just can text me or message me something, and I can say a few words and like, yes, clicked. I know what to do next.
Well, I think it's very satisfying when you see the change, and that is rewards of your work.
I think same what you're doing. When
I think you empower people more in psychological. My empowerment comes, I think it is very deep down psychologically as well, because that is why we call the project Beyond the Mirror, because it's not just about the look. But I think when you see the reflection in the mirror, this reflection determines and programs your brain
Always.
how you will perform today, for a month, for a year. And I think I see our body, you know, if you like, if you don't look after your body or your face, I think you have kind of less respect for yourself, less self-love, and then you let other things to happen because you care less.
Right.
Because when we buy a new bag, we always care about it and look very well, but then as the bags become older, we kind of can throw it at the back of the wardrobe. And if it is a little bit cracked, if it is not clean, we not necessarily care. But some people actually do care, and they have this bags that fashion icon timeless. And I think the same approach applies to your body, your mind, your lifestyle. I think it's important to care in any way, and that is absolutely not a promotion of having treatments, because self-care could be like you and your daughter having some skin routines in the evening. In fact, I wanted to ask your opinion, because I think your work a lot involve a lot of psychology. So what your opinion about people who choose to have cosmetic treatments? Do you believe that its impact goes much farther, that reflection that they see in the mirror, does it impact their life, or is just simply vanity, a preference, something that a rapid decision that they want to do?
Nice question. Thank you so much for asking me this, because I totally agree what you said before, how person can treat the back, because actually body it's only one what you could have, because
Yes.
everything what you have you can lose.
Yes.
You can lose your even kids, parents, everything, everybody, and only body. It's you know, I would say it's only one thing which showing how much you love yourself.
Yeah.
And how much you respect yourself. So about treatments, I remember we were recording video about treatments which you will never do.
Yeah.
So I agree with you,
Yeah.
because I don't like when people put treatments more than yourself, trying to be
Someone else.
like someone else.
Yeah.
Or I want to look like this person.
Yeah.
Yes, we could be inspiring, but other person, oh, you look nice, you bought this jacket, oh, you have nice skin. I want to be inspired by this, but I want to look like just me, not like somebody else.
Of course. I think it's a very, very good point. And in some way, I think sometimes that it is a common sense, but I don't think that everyone shares the same point of view. We are so different. Tell us a little bit about your new business venture, which is Pro Brand. I would say one thing that I absolutely loved working with you. I think I always see myself creative. I always do videos, present on stage by working with you and your business partner, Natasha. has been something I felt like we were producing a movie.
Yes, you're right. I really enjoyed this experience with you and Natasha. And you know how we started?
Yeah.
I need in September, I need to record my new course about self-presentation, and it was online course. And I was I was looking for a person who can help me with this because I didn't know anything about where can I find a photo studio, everything I need. And that's why I asked Natasha, and she was very helpful, and she was involved herself, as I said, like with all you had.
Yeah.
And she's a great person. And whatever I asked, she said, "Okay, I knew this studio." She sent me a link. Then it was next step. So during recording my project, we were understand. Maybe I'm saying wrong now. We understood that we are feeling really great together.
Yeah, you clicked.
Yeah, you're right.
You
We
clicked. Yeah.
And I was feeling like I don't have a lot of technical skills.
Yeah.
And what I see, I cannot make alive. When I say some advices and my clients go do something different with other specialists, and like, no, it wasn't. It wasn't planned like this. It should be different.
Yeah.
So Natasha, she has a lot of technical skills, and also she has a special view of designer.
Yeah.
She's really, and now she's doing your project as well. You see this. That's why my brain and my strategy and her
Creativity.
it's everything.
Technicality.
Creativity, technicality, everything. We clicked and we create a really nice team together, and I enjoy every day when we working together. And you were one of our project, and I remember the day we were making photo shoot. It was like a wedding.
It was great. It was great, and I think you are absolutely fantastic team. So I could not to ask you this question. Why me? Why did you choose?
Because you're amazing.
Why did you choose me
Okay.
as a case study for your pro brand promotion and exposure, I suppose? So I never ask this question, so I'm asking it on the camera. So yes, do I want to hear the answer?
I hope you will not cut this this part. Okay, I didn't know anything about you. So Natasha, she said, like, I have one person. She is a businesswoman. She has her clinics, and I helping her with video. So it was her idea, and I, to be honest, was a bit against it because I like when people with when I working with them, they valued what I'm doing.
Yes.
And sometimes when I join some of the project, like collaboration or case study, I see that people not taking me serious or doesn't follow all suggestions and trying to do their own way.
Yeah.
So I wasn't like and but I listened Natasha, and I trust her.
Yeah.
So after first our Zoom call, when I find out about you, that you are much deeper, and especially when you wrote a book, I was impressed. Like person wrote a book, something in it. And I was inspired by your so different areas which you are good in.
Thank
You're
you.
a good mother, you're a good wife, you're a good businesswoman, you're a good doctor. And Natasha was telling me about her experience. She's not doctor, she's like architect. She exactly know what to do. Tun, 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 tun. And I like to work with those people, and I learning from you all the time, because you said like you inspire me, but also I'm learning all the time something, and you're much deeper than you showed yourself in your social media.
Well,
That's why.
thank you very much. And I think you helped me to realize, to see that. I remember our first conversation, and I kind of brought the book as a very last point, as something which is kind of a little bit on the side, not so important. And it's actually you who changed my perspective of how I see it, because I think it has been a lot of work and soul put into it, and
just
it did very well for us, because it's created a lot of interest. We have a professional publisher who published it. We have we have a good book sale. But personally, I kind of had it as a little bit of a side thing, which I think now I see it as something that actually probably one of my greatest achievements.
Of course, and it's a way to know you better. It's like a first step to you. Why not?
Thank you very much for that. Thank you. And Janine, what will be your advice to those people who want to start their own brand, who probably want to increase or improve their online presence? What would you recommend?
Great question. Thank you. I was thinking about this, and I would say there is no like strict receipt. But first of all, you need to work on different 3 areas. First, it's work for yourself. Work on yourself. Try to know you better. Try to work with your mental health. It's always impact what you're doing. Because if you think, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, maybe I will be wrong here and there, you will stop yourself all the time. Because if you start doing something, you will make mistakes. But if you think, I'm not good enough, you even doesn't
get to the stage to make a mistake.
Thank you so much.
I always said better to try and fail than not to try and regret.
Yes, you're right. Second, it's especially if we are talking about social media like an Instagram, you need to learn technical skills, because Instagram give a lot of space, but I see how people like use only 10% and especially forget about the main special things about Instagram, that it's actually visual platform. Yes, thank you so much. And it means you should always be in trend. Because sometimes people are trying to use it as just a photo album, just put something for no reason. But there is a system, and if you learn it, it will help.
And you're very good at helping people to understand this.
I
definitely can highlight
that. Because I remember myself, Insta, what? What is this? And I remember how I was struggling, because a lot of things which I don't know how to use. And that's why when you learn by yourself, it's easy to help somebody else.
That's
fantastic. I know what actually you feel when you don't know something. And third one, it's networking. It's to make connection with people, and don't try to do everything by yourself. There are a lot of people willing to help you. That's why you need to use this powerful
social networking group, I would say, if I'm right.
Yes, you're right. I forget the word.
And Janine, you mentioned about trying, failing, regrets. So is there anything that you did in your business, in your career, that you wished you learned earlier, and then you would not make certain mistakes?
Yes.
Anything you can share with us?
Yeah, you're right. I would share. I had an educational business in Ukraine.
Yeah.
And I remember that I was very confident what I'm doing, and I didn't ask for advices. And I think it was my biggest mistakes, because I wanted to learn by myself, and it's really taken a lot of time. And if I ask for maybe help or share experience with more people, don't be like, "Oh, I know by myself."
Yeah.
It would be easier for me. And that's why now I much happy to ask for advices. Doesn't mean I will follow all advice, but at least I will have a list of advices or a list of actions which already somebody done, and it will help me.
Fantastic. And just the last question, where people who probably need your service, who just listen to this episode and feel they are connected, they might be in the same situation as you, they want to ask you something, where people can find more information about you and how they can connect with you?
I made it easier. My surname, Genialna. You can find me everywhere, in every social media. Instagram, Genialna. I have a website, so you just put Genialna. We can share the link or right here how it's written correctly. And it's easier to find because one of my key strategies to make easier way to your clients.
Yes.
Because we can think with something like queen or something, and sometimes people struggling to find us when we put a lot of different names or different links. So easy, genial. That's all.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And it was Janine Henialna. Thank you.
Thank you.